Assalamu alaikum and hello viewers and my friends. This is Miraj Kamran and you are watching Explore Chemistry. In this video, we are going to discuss types of chemical reactions. So let's start. Chemical reaction is a process in which new compound or new products are formed. So first type of chemical reaction is synthesis reaction. A synthesis reaction occurs when two or more simple substances combine to produce a more complex substance. It is also known as combination reactions or sometimes addition reactions. This is general equation for synthesis reaction. Here you can see two simple substances are combining and forming one complex product. So this is the hint to identify synthesis reactions, that there will be two simple substances and one product only. The product will be one and complex always. These are examples of synthesis reaction. In all the examples you can see the product is only one and complex. In first example, carbon dioxide is reacting with water and forming H2CO3, which is known as carbonic acid. This is one complex product forming. In next example, iron is reacting with oxygen and forming iron oxide, one complex product again. In third example, nitrogen is reacting with hydrogen gas and forming ammonia gas, which is another complex product. So, in this way, you can identify any synthesis reaction that there will be one complex product. You can understand synthesis reaction through this example also. When carbon reacts with oxygen, oxygen is a diatomic molecule. It exists in the form of this molecule in nature. Because it is a gas, it is found in this form. So whenever these two will react, it will form carbon dioxide, CO2, one complex molecule. According to this general representation, two simple substances, one complex product. You can understand this type of chemical reaction through this cartoon also. Two substances, simple substances, are reacting and forming one complex product. Here also you can see one skinny bird reacts with or eat this worm, it will convert into one fat bird. So one complex product, two simple reactions. Next type of reaction is decomposition reaction. A decomposition reaction occurs when a complex substance is broken down into two or more simple substances. So sometimes to break any substance, heat is required. Then this decomposition reaction will called as thermal decomposition. Thermal word means heat. So if heat is utilized to break any complex reactant into simpler substances, it will be called as thermal decomposition reaction. This reaction is opposite to synthesis reaction. Like in synthesis reaction, two simple substances were forming one complex product, and here one complex reactant is converting into simpler substances or breaking down into its components. In this way, you can identify any decomposition reaction also. If there will be one complex reactant and more than one simple product present, then this will be decomposition reaction. These are examples of decomposition reaction. In every example, you can see one complex reactant is present and it is breaking down into its components or simpler compounds. Like here, ammonium nitrate is breaking down into nitrogen oxide and water. Here also calcium hydroxide is breaking down into calcium oxide and water, two simple substances. Here also hydrogen peroxide is breaking down into water and oxygen, which are two simple substances. You can understand decomposition reaction through this example of sodium chloride breaking. Sodium chloride, when break down from here, it will convert into chlorine and sodium. So this is another example of decomposition reaction which is taking place through this general equation. You can understand such type of reaction through these cartoons also. One complex reactant is breaking down into simpler product, or this egg, which is complex one containing eggshell and an animal. If it will break down, what you will get? One eggshell and one animal, two simple products from this one complex reactant. Next type of chemical reaction is single displacement reaction. A single displacement reaction occurs when a single element takes the place of one of the elements in a compound. It is also known as single replacement reaction. This is the general reaction. Here replacement is taking place one complex compound and one single element. A reacting single element is taking the position or displacing one of the elements from the compound and it's taking its position. Like Z is replacing A from the compound and has taken its position in the form of new product ZB, and A has separated out, it has taken the position of Z. So here single displacement is taking place. Only one element is replacing another element from the compound. Here metal will displace metal and non-metal will displace non-metal. Or you can say if this Z is positive in valency. If its valency is positive, it forms positive ion, so it will replace the element which is having positive valency or which forms positive ion. Hint to identify single displacement reaction is that there will be one compound and one single element on reactant side and one compound and one single element on product side. These are examples of single displacement reaction. Here you can see iron is reacting with copper sulfate, which is a compound iron is element. So it has replaced one element from the compound, and because iron is the metal, so it has replaced metal, which is copper. It has taken its position and formed iron sulfate, and copper has separated out. In this example also potassium and magnesium oxide are reacting. So potassium will replace magnesium, which are metal. Both are metals, so potassium will take the position of magnesium in the form of potassium oxide and magnesium. But because the valency of potassium is 1, oxygen is -2. So the new formula of potassium oxide will be K2O. Over here, valency of both the elements were 2 plus 2 magnesium and -2 oxygen. So the formula was MgO for magnesium oxide and K2O for potassium oxide. Copper in last example is replaced by barium. Because barium is a metal, it will replace copper from the compound and will form barium chloride and copper. You can understand these type of reactions through this example of zinc and copper chloride also. Zinc is the single element, copper chloride is a compound. Zinc has to replace any one element from the compound. So because zinc is the metal, it will replace metal, which is copper. It has taken its position and formed new compound zinc chloride and copper has displaced. The reaction has taken place through this general equation. You can understand single displacement reaction through this cartoon also. Here single displacement is taking place from this couple. This single guy has replaced its position and has taken its position in the couple form. Or you can see this cartoon also. The guy in orange shirt steals the date of the other guy and form one new couple and single guy. Next type of chemical reactions is double displacement reaction. A double displacement reaction always involves two ionic compounds that switch partners with each other. Again, positive ion will switch positive ion or metal will switch metal or vice versa. This is the general equation for double displacement reaction. Here displacement will take place from two sides. Two compounds are reacting and two new compounds are forming. Here what happens, you can see A was with B before the reaction and X was with Y before the reaction. Y has taken or replaced B from its compound and has taken its position and formed the new compound AY, and B has taken position of Y and formed new compound XB. To identify double displacement reaction, you can see there will be two compounds on reactant side and two compounds on product side also, which will switch their partners. These are examples of double displacement reaction. In all the examples, you can see two reactants, two products, two reactants compound and two product compounds. In first example, lead nitrate was a compound and potassium iodide was a compound. Now iodide has replaced nitrate and nitrate has taken position of iodide. So it will become lead iodide and potassium nitrate. In this example also sodium sulfide and HCl will react. Cl will take the position of sulfide and sulfide will take the position of Cl. So this double displacement is taking place. A new compound will form, two new compounds will form, sodium chloride and hydrogen sulfide. In last example also you can see sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid are reacting. To double displacement reaction, sulfate will take the position of OH, OH will take the position of sulfate. HOH will make H2O water and sodium sulfate. You can understand double displacement reaction through this example also. Magnesium oxide reacts with calcium sulfide. So here double displacement will take place. Sulfide will take the position of oxygen because both are non-metal. Oxygen will take the position of sulfide. You can see magnesium is now with sulfur and calcium is now with oxygen. Through this double displacement reaction taking place. You can understand double displacement reaction through these cartoons also. Two couples are switching their partners. Here also you can see two couples are switched their partners at dance. So this is an example of double displacement reaction. If you are confused that how you can form or complete any double displacement reaction, think about it like foiling in algebra. First and last ions go together, inside ions will go together. You can understand in these examples, these two compounds are reacting. So first and last ion will combine and make new compound AgCl. A new compound will form according to the valency of both the ions. And these two inner ions will combine and form another new compound, sodium nitrate. But according to the rule for the writing the formula of compounds, positive valency ion will be or positive ion will be written first and negative ion will be written afterwards. So sodium is the ion with positive charge and nitrate is the ion with negative charge. So in new compound also sodium will be written first because it is having positive charge and nitrate will be having negative charge, so it will be written afterwards. So corner ones will combine, center ones will combine. In this example you can see potassium and nitrate will combine and take form new compound KNO3 potassium nitrate, and these two will combine, barium sulfate will make new compound BaSO4. Barium again is positive valency, so it is written first, sulfate afterwards. There are two subdivisions of double displacement reaction. First one is known as neutralization reaction. It is the reaction of acid with base and form salt and water. This reaction takes place through double displacement reaction. Whenever acid reacts with base, it forms salt and water. The compound which is attached with hydrogen ion, which can donate hydrogen ion in any reaction, is known as acid. And the compound which is attached with OH ion, which can donate OH ion in any reaction, is known as base. So this is an acid, this is a base. These two are reacting and forming salt and water. Here you can see double displacement is taking place. Sodium is replacing or taking the position of hydrogen, and hydrogen is taking the position of sodium. So it will make NaCl, which is the formula of salt, and HOH, which is the formula of water. Also you can write like H2O. So here two neutral products are forming because salt and water are neutral to pH scale. Their pH value is 7. So two neutral compounds are forming, therefore the reaction is known as neutralization reaction. The pH of acid is less than 7, pH of base is greater than 7. When these two products with pH 7 will form. Another subdivision of double displacement reaction is hydrolysis reaction, which is the reverse of neutralization reaction. Here salt and water will combine and form acid and base. This reaction is also taking place through double displacement reaction. Here you can see hydrogen will take the position of sodium and sodium will take the position of hydrogen. So it will form HCl, which is an acid, and NaOH, which is a base. This reaction is known as hydrolysis because hydro word means is water. So this is the reaction with water, reaction of salt with water and forms acid and base, reverse of neutralization reaction. The last type of chemical reaction is combustion reaction. A combustion reaction occurs when a substance, which is commonly fuel or hydrocarbon, reacts very rapidly with oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water. Combustion reactions release a good amount of energy in a very short period of time. Therefore, these combustion reactions are very useful to us. This is the general equation for combustion reaction. Fuel is combined with oxygen and forming carbon dioxide and water. Hint is very simple. If carbon dioxide and water is a product, it means this is combustion reaction. Or fuel, which is mainly hydrocarbon, compounds containing hydrogen and carbon. If fuels will react with oxygen, you can identify that this is the combustion reaction. These are burning reactions also. Incomplete combustion can occur at a very low temperature or due to lack of oxygen. It may result in incomplete combustion reaction. The products of incomplete combustion reactions are water, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and solid carbon. The general equation for incomplete combustion is this: fuel and oxygen are same, but on product side with carbon dioxide and water, carbon monoxide and carbon is formed. These combustion reactions are known as incomplete combustion reactions, and these occurs when there is insufficient oxygen present. So in place of forming carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide and carbon will form. This carbon monoxide is a poisonous gas. It is harmful when breathed because it displaces oxygen in the blood and deprives the heart, brain and other vital organs of oxygen. So indirectly you can say incomplete combustion reaction is also very harmful because it produces carbon monoxide, which is a poisonous gas. So whenever combustion reaction is performed, you should provide sufficient amount of oxygen and temperature also. Because combustion reactions are burning reactions, so it is said that burning should be done in open environment where there is sufficient amount of oxygen available. So for combustion reaction, hydrocarbon and oxygen are required. These are called burning reaction. For burning reaction, we need three things to burn anything. In part triangle, we need three things: fuel, oxygen and something to ignite the reaction or spark or heat. So fuel is hydrocarbon, oxygen you can get from open environment. You need to provide heat also to start these combustion reactions. This is general equation. This is hydrocarbon. Number of carbon and hydrogen may vary, but oxygen, carbon dioxide and water will always be same. So product will always be carbon dioxide and water in combustion reaction. Although in incomplete combustion, carbon dioxide and water will form with carbon monoxide and carbon. Combustion reactions, as I have told you, are very useful because it produces large amount of energy. That energy is used sometimes to move our vehicle or sometimes to cook our food. In any combustion reaction, whenever fuel is burned in engines of automobiles, carbon dioxide, water and energy is produced. That energy moves the engine of automobiles. For example, octane as in gasoline. Now these were 5 types of chemical reaction. Now it's your turn to guess these types of reaction. This is the equation. Can you identify which type of reaction is this? 2 reactants and 2 products. Yes, this is double displacement reaction. Good. Let's see which one is the next reaction. Iron reacts with oxygen, forms iron oxide. You can rewind the video, pause the video, take your time to answer, think about it. 2 substances or 2 reactants are present and forming 1 product. So it will be yes, synthesis reaction or addition reaction or combination reaction. Okay, now next equation which you have to guess is this. C7H6O reacts with oxygen, forms carbon dioxide and water. Yes, this is very simple. Last type of reaction which we have just studied, this is combustion reaction because carbon dioxide and water are the products and fuel and oxygen are reactants. Next equation is this. Water H2O is converting into its components H2 and O2, hydrogen and oxygen. So think about it. This is decomposition reaction because 1 complex reactant and simple 2 products. Now this type of reaction is what is it? 1 single element and 1 compound are reacting and forming 1 compound and 1 single element. So here you can see Zn is zinc is taking place of hydrogen. So this one is single displacement reaction. Now guess this type of reaction. H2SO4 combines with KOH, 2 reactants and 2 products. So this is acid reacts with base, forms salt and water. So this is neutralization reaction. Hope you understood all 5 types of chemical reactions. If you have to ask anything, you can write in comments. If you understood everything, you can like and share this video and subscribe my channel. Thank you.